Hi everybody, this is Beth McCullough. I'm a Stampin' Up Demonstrator in Des Moines, Iowa, and I'm here every Tuesday at 7 p.m. Central with my sweet husband Steve.
Hi everybody.
Look at all the friends that are here already.
Yeah, you know Bev is always first one on. I admire that about her.
You should get a prize for that,
I think
Bev.
she should. First in the class.
Do you know Bev invited us to either visit her in Ottumwa, Iowa, or visit her in Florida? Which would you pick, honey?
Tough choice.
Maybe both.
Both.
So we also have, well, lots of people from Stamp Camp are here, and it sounds like everyone loved it. Bev and Chris and Kimberly all did the Stamp Camp, and I know they all made some of the cards, so it's super fun. And we are glad Tony's here and Holly. Thank you so much for coming. Put hashtag Prize Patrol if you'd like to win a prize. And we love it if you'll give us hearts or share it or like it. Whatever you can do is helpful. If you want to be able to have us see your comments, you need to give StreamYard permission. Do you want to put the graphic up that tells how to do that? Shirley's here. Yay. And Anita. Anita was at Stamp Camp. Anita, what did you think of your first Stamp Camp? It was Bev's first time too. Usually when people go to Stamp Camp, we only do 3 a year, but they go every time after that, which is super fun. Kimberly says Stamp Camp was great, still making the projects. Yeah, there's a lot. It's not just a few. Well, I have a fun card for you tonight. It is a little monkey card. And this is going to be on my blog tomorrow morning. Tomorrow is the monthly Pals blog hop. And what we're doing is casing the catalog. In fact, I should have gotten the catalog out to show you what I cased. But if you look on my blog tomorrow, you'll see it. So there's a card not made with monkeys that I really liked. And that's what I used to case the catalog. And the biggest part of that was making these spaces for the monkey. So let me show you everything I used. Oh good, Becky is here. Yeah, Anita says she'll be crafting forever. Yeah, it is super fun. Okay, so I used the little monkey bundle, both the stamp set and the punch, and thank you Barb Kingsley, I borrowed that from her. Because we can't own everything, right Steve?
No.
That's what he tells me anyway.
It's impossible to own everything, but you know, between you and your friends, I think you've got it covered.
We've got a lot covered, that's for sure. I also use the stylish shapes. I use this one, and that is where the sentiment, it says just swinging by to say hi. The sentiment is from the stamp set. Everything is from the stamp set, but I use that to cut it out. And then the nested essentials. You can see they're gone. I didn't use the big one here, but I used the next 3. I also used the glossy dots, are these Melon Mambo dots on here. And for ink pads, I use Copper Clay, Melon Mambo, and Granny Apple Green. And we can't forget the Designer Series paper. I bought this Stargazing Designer Series paper to make Steve's space and astronaut cards, and this piece is from that, and I'm making monkey cards. What do you think about that, Steve?
What did you buy for me?
I bought this space paper to make you space, outer space cards, and I'm making monkey cards with the...
You know, almost the same thing. They used to, the first Gemini rockets and capsules they put into space had monkeys in them as a test. So there you go. So
I'm right on target without realizing it.
Pulled that together for you, didn't I?
Thank you, honey. I appreciate that.
No problem.
Okay, so I do have some easy measurements tonight. This is 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4, and it's copper clay. That's the card base.
Wait, should I display that?
Sure. That would be awesome.
Okay.
Wait, let me guess. You're too busy chatting with our friends.
I was putting up other banners. I'm doing stuff.
You're doing all the things. What did Kathy say? Oh, Kathy.
She has a deep bone bruise.
Oh,
Her
no,
knee got
that's
hit
all
by
you
a
need.
ball.
She had a knee replacement.
Oh man, I can't even
imagine.
Oh, I'm cringing just thinking about that.
That's not good. Hey, my friend Ruth is here. I'm glad you're here. Okay, so we have our card base, and then for the DSP, it's measured the same. It's also exactly the same, 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, because I wanted it to go out further than the layer on top. So we're actually gonna, and no, Steve, oh look, here's my glue box from Stamp Camp. We are gonna glue this on. Ask me about this card too, if I forget to tell you. Chris from Pella, when she watched my Stamp Camp presentation, I was forgetting, this is the card that I made for that. I was forgetting to put on this piece, and Chris wrote to me and said, I was yelling at the camera, don't forget the cross piece. So if you guys are yelling at me, just write it in the comments.
You know, here's the thing. Putting in a comment actually works better because we can't hear people on the other side.
We can't.
No, just saying.
I think Chris watched it, recording, so she wasn't watching it live.
That explains it.
So I think that was the issue.
Elaine said that Stamp Camp was great too, so she's chiming in.
Oh, Elaine, we so appreciate you. Thank you very much. So I have that just covering the entire card base. Now, to make the holes for the monkeys and the bananas, like I told you, I took the 3 smallest from Nested Essentials, and don't ask me what the measurement is. Okay, I'll tell you the measurement for this copper clay is 4 by 5 1/4, just the front, the first layer on a card. But what I did is I took this and I left a border and I taped it on. Use tape that isn't going to tear your cardstock. And then I wanted this one over here, so I put it there. And this one, I didn't want it quite matched up, so I moved it over. And I wanted to leave room for my sentiment. That's how scientific I did this. What do you think, Steve?
You know what? That's all you got to do.
Right.
Just fit it on the paper, right?
So I ran it through, and I just wanted to show you. And then I ended up with all these pieces of cardstock. And you know, we've talked about this before. Do I say it's because I'm Norwegian? I'm cheap, and I'm like, what should I do with these pieces? And so then I made this monkey card, which I actually showed last Friday. And I used the pieces on here from this because, you know, you have to use up these nice pieces. Are you laughing at me?
No, I'm laughing with you.
I think you're laughing at me.
I think that it's great that you find creativity in your frugalness.
In my frugalness.
Right.
Okay. So I am going, I don't think I put this on the supplies that are going to be at the end of the blog post tomorrow. But instead of dimensionals, I'm actually going to use these adhesive strips because it's faster and it's skinnier to get, oh look, there's a side piece on there, to get around the corners. So those of you who went to Stamp Camp, our next one is October 20th, and it's a free event. All you do is buy the suite that we're using from me, and then everything is free, the card kits. Is Kathy on here? One person, the card kit went to the wrong address, and I tried to intercept it, and it still went to the wrong address. It came back today. Do you know how happy I was to go to the mailbox?
She was. She came in, and she's usually not that happy unless Stampin' Up mails something to her.
But I was very happy because
now she can get it to the rightful belonging.
Yes, and I didn't want to have to cut another card kit, but the rest of you got them ahead of time. And she has been a demo, and she was super understanding, so I appreciate that, Kathy. Kimberly is half Norwegian, too. So are you frugal, Kimberly?
You're getting some Norwegian love here because Janice said the same thing. So
you know, if I had my act together, I earned the incentive trip the year before Norway. And they gave us money, which was great because we went on the camper van adventure to Canada with that. But I did write to Stampin' Up and say, keep my money and let me go to Norway. And they told me no. So, but it would have been good for me to go to Norway, don't you think?
So Ruth is saying that she's Scottish and she's also frugal. So I guess you don't have to be Norwegian to be frugal.
Okay, so Ruth was just on our team meeting that we do every Tuesday for an hour before this. She is so good. Steve's pointing to me. I have to put the card together. I just need to talk just a minute.
But you
just
can talk and put card together.
I can't. I have to look at them. Hello. I see you. He's making fun of me. But anyway, Ruth uses up a whole pack of DSP before she buys a new one.
Wow.
Mind blown. I just buy
See,
a new
again,
one,
it is
honestly.
It is creativity born out of frugalness. Because you have to think of what can I make with the rest of this pack of DSP.
But then when we show everything we're making, she has the most cards. She showed us 25 cards she made this week.
There you go.
Because she has to use it up. Okay, I'm going to put the ribbon. See how the ribbon is? It's, you know what's funny about this? It's showing backwards, Steve. See how the words are backwards?
Yeah, I know.
The camera didn't used to be backwards.
Well, let's ask our people if they see it forwards, though, because I think they do.
Are these words just swinging by to say hi? Is that forward or backward?
I think it is, because when we watched our video last time, the rebroadcast, we had it all forward.
Kathy came over to YouTube. Yeah. We appreciate you watching on YouTube. It's good for us to get more hours of watch time on YouTube. So that is a good thing. Okay. So this is called the Ribbon Duo Combo Pack. It's in the annual catalog. And I want to show you how I did that. I actually curved it around and put it on a piece of Scotch tape. Like that. And then I'm going to use my ribbon scissors. And I'm going to cut diagonally. And then I want another one. See, I have a tail on both sides. So then I'm going to take this one and make a tail for over here and cut that off. And look, this is the end of my ribbon. Yay, me! I'm like Ruth. I'm using something up. So then I'm going to take this and put it on the back. And that one's going the opposite way, so we'll put it, not that it matters.
So,
but we'll put it this way.
Usually when people start talking about food in the chat, I get really hungry because I haven't had dinner yet.
Did you eat dinner tonight?
Not yet, but they're talking about lutefisk, and I'm not getting hungry because I've had that before, and it didn't appeal too much to me. I'm Irish, and, you know, fish stew doesn't do much for me, but...
Okay, so I have to tell another story. When I was in high school, when I was a freshman, we had Maria from Sweden come live with us for an entire year. And her parents came over spring break and Easter to visit us and to see their daughter. And they decided they were going to make lutefisk. They were going to make that. And my aunt, who I saw this weekend at my my family reunion, she had brought her husband, that was her boyfriend, to meet the family for the first time.
Boyfriend at the time.
And so Irene gave him a helping of, say lutefisk. The word, and he ate it. You know, he's a farm boy, never had fish before, tried to be a good sport. He ate it. So Irene's like, look how much he likes it, and gave him more. And they like almost broke up over it. But they ended up being married for lots of years. So
winter in Melbourne, 63 degrees Fahrenheit right now, and sunny.
Wow.
Wednesday morning.
That is not bad at all. It is Tuesday night here, of course. Okay, so I got the tape on top of my dimensional. Does everyone know where we are?
Yes, I should have put up the graphic for the ribbon duo, shouldn't I?
Was there a graphic for that? I actually did this so far ahead of time. I did it last week. Normally I'm doing it this afternoon. I'm just going to cut off a bit of the Scotch tape so it doesn't show. And then I'm going to put it up here. And I didn't get one of the dimensional papers off. There we go. Okie dokie. Now for the fun part. Let's do bananas first. This is Daffodil Delight cardstock. And I stamped the banana, and this banana actually punches out from the punch. And I put a mini Stampin' Dimensional on the back, and I'm just going to put it in this space up here. Then I have two more bananas, and this is with the peeling showing. Again, it's Daffodil Delight stamped with copper clay, and one mini dimensional on the back, but this is not on the punch. So these bananas are fussy cut.
So Beth is talking about, for my birthday, which ends in the 0.
Which birthday would that be, hon?
I'm just leaving it at that.
Are you going to be 50?
yeah, I'll go with that. Anyway, she gave me the option of having a great big party or a trip to Ireland. And needless to say, I don't want a great big party. I want to go to Ireland. So today we're debating on whether we should go at the beginning of October this year or whether we should go at the end of April next year. So I'm going to ask the question of any of you who have been to Ireland or have lived there or know somebody that does, which of those would be better in terms of weather and touring around Ireland?
Let me interrupt you, Steve. Back to the regularly scheduled program. Okay, so I took copper clay cardstock and ink, and this sweet smiling girl that's hanging by her tail, I stamped her, and she is not the one on the punch, so I fussy cut her out. But then for her ears, I cut them out, I punched them out, and the ear is, can you see this? It's kind of shiny. The ears are right here, but I used the one on the edge because I could just use a little bit of cardstock. And it is too small for a mini Stampin' Dimensional. So I cut an edge off and put a little square on to get her ears on. Now, I was fussy cutting her tail, which was hard. Don't worry about her tail. And I have to get used to this. The camera used to show it the right way. Did people say whether it was the right way?
Yeah, they did.
And
we're
it
good,
is
honey.
the right way?
Don't worry about it.
Okay.
Just go.
Okay, so I fussy cut her, and then I stamped her again on crumb cake with copper clay, and then I did fussy cut this face.
Wow.
And I put it on a Stampin' Dimensional, and I'm going to put it right here.
So her face is a different color.
Her face is crumb cake and her body is copper clay, but everything is stamped in copper clay. And again, don't worry about fussy cutting the tail because I covered the tail with the leaf, so the tail didn't matter. Plus, the leaf looks cute there, right? And this little girl is coming down to get this banana. So I am going to put a dimensional under her body. And then I'm going to put a glue dot under her head. And then I'll go ahead and, no, you can talk for a minute and I will show you what I'm going to do next.
So I think maybe when we go to Ireland, we should do our Tuesday night live video.
From Ireland?
From Ireland. I'm thinking.
Are you going to take all that equipment to Ireland?
Yes, I think we should shoot a series of videos. We should try and do a video every day, just an update of our trip.
Wow. So we haven't gone anywhere. We've gone to Canada, United States, and Mexico. We haven't left North America. So it is time to do that. Okay. So for the leaf, I stamped it on the same DSP from the stargazing, and I stamped the leaf, it's right here, with Granny Apple Green, and I fussy cut that. So this card is a lot of fussy cutting, but it was easy fussy cutting, I would say. And I am going to put this up over that monkey tail. And I'm being really picky, even though I know you can't see it. I'm going to cut just a little bit of this dimensional off. When I watch videos, I'm like, just go on. I can't see that anyway. But it's hard when we can see it. I have to cut a little bit more off. So where all are we going in Ireland, Steve?
Well, it's actually kind of a genealogy trip for me because the McCulloughs originated in County Antrim, which is Belfast and north, and County Down, which is east and south of Belfast. So we thought we would actually do Northern Ireland, fly into Dublin and do the Dublin stuff, and then head north and tour all the way up, see all the beautiful sights, and get to Belfast, do the Titanic experience in Belfast.
Not in a submarine, right?
No, not in a submarine. And then that's where I can start doing genealogy research. I know my ancestor that came to the United States. I know his name and I know when. Unfortunately, it was like 1740. And a lot of the genealogy records there, which are extensive, but they don't have that much going back that far. It's kind of spotty. So I'm going to look at some ship registries and see if I can find the ship where my ancestor came over and then hopefully trace from there.
Hey, I stamped on camera. Did you see it?
I did.
I didn't call attention to it. So we have copper clay with copper clay ink, and this is the guy with the punch. It's this guy here in the corner. So if you stamp him at the bottom of your cardstock, turn your punch over, then he just slides right in, and you can line him up perfectly. You probably knew that, right, Steve?
So if you could see him, it would be much easier.
Yeah, you can see him. And now we're going to punch him. I just didn't want him to fly up and hit you in the camera. Okay, so here's our monkey for right here. And then I stamped it again, same monkey, on crumb cake cardstock. And then this time I could actually use the punch because his face is right here. When I first borrowed this from Barb, I thought it was a misshapen heart. I thought it was this heart, and they just got the shape wrong. But I was wrong. It's not a heart. It's the monkey face. So I put a dimensional on the back of that. And you can do all kinds of things with this, with the monkeys. On this one, I colored them all with the blends. But with this one, I did the punch out monkeys. Okay, so this monkey is also going to be up on dimensionals. By the way, thank you so much everyone who's voted for me. I don't have the voting card because it was a winner last week, so I sent it. But it's basically this card with the Azure Afternoon background. And the voting isn't complete yet. So if you go to stampingmom.com and go down to last Monday, what date would last Monday have been? July 2nd, right? Mm-hmm. You can see the card. And I appreciate everyone who's so kind to vote for me. Okay, so I'm putting a couple dimensionals on this monkey. And then I put a dimensional on the heart. The heart is Melon Mambo with Melon Mambo ink.
Kathy has a question for you.
Do you find that the punches are hard to punch? You know, I made that look hard. I find the easiest way to punch them is to put the monkey through here, and then I put my thumbs on top, and I think it's pretty easy. That's what I didn't want to happen. It comes flying out. I think it's harder if you're pushing on the punch this way, but if you can hold your hands like this on the front side and put your thumbs here and push down, but it could be a hand strength thing. I know my friend Becky in Florida was doing hand-carved crosses, and she tried to teach me how to do that, and my hands weren't strong enough to do that. So maybe, yeah, I don't know. I've punched for 20 years, so. Oh, look, oh, here's the heart. I was going to say, look, I already put the heart on. Where does this heart
Wrong card, honey.
Okay, maybe I should keep making the same card. Now, do you guys want to see the ears or do you not care? Or do you want to get on to Prize Patrol? Ruth said her grandfather, are you reading those?
I am. I got some good Ulster Scots on here with me.
That's awesome.
Kathy's maiden name was McKenna, and Ruth was McCormick. A lot of MCCs.
No wonder you're
MCKs.
friends with the McCulloughs.
Right?
So, Steve was watching the home run derby last night, and he said, look at that guy's last name, the guy pitching. It was McCullough, and they even spelled it right.
Yeah, he's a coach for the LA Dodgers.
Okay, so I'm going to use the blue tip to pick up this ear. And I'm just going to put my little square that's smaller than a mini dimensional. And I'm going to place it where, I was going to call him a his. I think that's a her and that's a him. I don't know why. But I'm going to put this on the other side and just put it down on the dimensional. I normally don't like working with little pieces, but the monkey is big enough that I have very much enjoyed working with it. But don't worry, Barb, you are getting your monkey back. I am done. I am done with you now, finally. I had to keep it so I could show it to you tonight. Okay, so I'm putting the other little tiny dimensional piece on his other ear, and then I'm going to use the blue end and cover it. Yay! Here's my card. And then inside the card, this is basic white, 4 by 5 1/4. And I went ahead and I stamped this branch. I really like the branch in copper clay. And then I colored it in with copper clay blend, the light one. And I also used the light granny apple green to cover in the leaves. And I'm just going to go ahead and put that down. The winner of Prize Patrol, well, you get this card because they're both the same tonight. So there's nothing to pick. Has everyone been putting hashtag Prize Patrol who'd like to win the prize? Donna Lefevre. Are you new, Donna? I don't know if I've seen your name on here before. Welcome. If you are new, please put your name and where you're from. And Hinda, I think you're new also. Where are you from?
And Hinda just put in hashtag Prize Patrol. Good job.
Okay, so how many
She's
Prize
in the
Patrols?
drawing.
We need to get a couple more Prize Patrols. Where are you from, Donna and Hinda? So here is the inside. So Steve and I do our videos every Tuesday at 7 Central. If you go on Stamping Mom on YouTube, we've been doing this for a couple years. So, and week in and week out. So we have lots of videos out there. Las Vegas. I'm coming to Las Vegas. I'm going to Backstage in August. That will be super fun.
Okay, so
and
Donna.
Jennifer, I think you're new too. Where are you from, Jennifer?
Donna, I'm going to ask you to re-input hashtag Prize Patrol. It's all one word. And so you need to put everything together.
And also, Jennifer, it's hashtag, no spaces, all lower letters. PRIZEPATROL.
All bunched together.
And Jennifer's from Alaska. Where are all you new people coming from tonight? I am so happy.
Yes, thank you for joining us.
Yes, if I would put my video out early like I did this time, I wonder if more people would know about it. And Sandra's here. Do we have everyone with the Prize Patrol in there right now?
I hope so.
Linda Worth is from Michigan. Wow, thank you so much for joining us. Steve and I live in Des Moines, Iowa. I did make a cute little envelope to go with it. You took me off, didn't you?
Not quite yet. You're still on.
Oh, I see Prize Patrol. And I just glued it to the flap and then I cut around it. But I think that looks cute with it. Well, we are thrilled to have you all. If you would subscribe to our channel, we would love that. and come back and join us.
Okay, here we
Are
go.
you ready to do the drawing?
We're drawing for the monkey card.
Okay. If you have any questions, you can leave that in the comments. I will go back and read the questions. And Elaine, yay! So excited for you to win. Elaine, I actually have your address, so you don't need to send it to me, but I will send the monkey card off to you in the mail. But thank you all for joining us tonight. Please come back next week at 7 p.m. and we'll have a great card for you, right, Steve?
Yes, a great card. Do we know what the card is?
We don't know what the card is, but we'll find out soon. But thank you so much, everyone. Have a blessed week.
Bye.
Bye-bye.